When it comes to music, there's only one Shakira. The hip-shaking Latin sensation is sitting down with us, and she's not holding anything back.
Okay, Shakira, 1, 2, 3, bisect me.
She's opening up about the highs.
It's been an amazing journey.
And the lows.
You don't have a very private life.
She's getting candid on motherhood and meeting the love of her life.
I was like, oh my God, he's tall.
And her collaboration with Rihanna.
We are very different as artists, but we have that common thread.
It all leads to the exclusive release of the pop star's music video, Can't Remember to Forget You.
It's a new me, I'm telling you.
This is Shakira, off the charts. Hello guys, I'm Kat Sadler. Just when you thought you knew all there was to know about singing sensation Shakira, I'm here to bring you all new insight into how the singer, songwriter, mother, philanthropist, and international hip shaker became one of the most successful and talented artists of her generation, starting with how it all began.
I started my career at the age of 4 through the belly dancing, and at 8 I wrote my first song, and I discovered that I wanted to be a singer for the rest of my life when I was 10 years old.
Today, Shakira has sold over 55 million albums worldwide, making her the highest-selling Colombian artist in history. We sat down with the singing sensation to talk about life, success, and how it all began.
When you look back at your career, and I can go down the list here, 2 Grammys, countless Latin Grammys, 7 Billboard Awards, 4 AMAs, what do you think about that when you hear that?
There were so many obstacles. It hasn't been a path of roses. I had to go to like the most obscure places and most obscure radio stations you can imagine. I had to go one by one. But, you know, I managed to push through, and at the same time, it's amazing to see myself still so hungry. I still want to prove myself that I can do things right. That's what's keeping me going, I guess.
When you first had that international success and you saw those hits on the U.S. charts, as most celebrities know, fame can be a very isolating way of life. Mm-hmm. Have there been those lonely, struggling points of your career?
Absolutely. I mean, there are moments you definitely feel that this is not easy. You don't have a very private life. But like with everything has its pros and cons, and my career too.
By the time she was 24, Shakira had made a name for herself in the Latin market, raking in numerous Latin Grammy Awards. But it was 5 years later that one hip-shaking hit turned the singing sensation into an international superstar.
Let's talk about Hips Don't Lie, because that is your best-selling single of your entire career. Is it true that you had a dream about Wyclef right before the making of this song? He was thinking of you halfway around the world, and you were dreaming of him?
Yeah, definitely. Don't ask me why. It's so random. I have no idea. It's not that I was listening to his music or thinking about it
right.
in any way, you know. But it happened. And I told the person I was with, hey, I just had a dream about Wyclef. And he's like, really? Well, they just called. I'm like, get out of here.
Why do you think that song resonated with so many people around the world?
It was just truthful, I think. Wyclef, you know, he injected so much of his joy and his energy to the song that I just knew that this song was going to be big.
It had a lot to do with your hips, Shakira, let's be honest. We saw those hips shaking. I think you paralyzed the nations around the world.
That might have helped a little, but no, I just thought that the song was really, really, really big, and actually it wasn't part of my album. My album had already been released. I had to call the president of Sony Music, and I told him, you have to repackage this album. You have to pick up all the albums that have been distributed out there, and you have to include this song in this album. And he's like, Shakira, I can't do that. You understand? I can't do it. I'm like, I said to him, please listen to me. This song is gonna change my history in this country. And thank God I was right, because otherwise I would be
While it's no secret that Shakira's hips don't lie, it's also true she hasn't released a studio album in more than 3 years. But that doesn't mean she's slowed down at all, especially in her personal life. The pop star opened up to me about motherhood and if we'll hear wedding bells anytime soon.
I would like to dedicate this
to the Latin community in the U.S. If one day you happen to pass by and find the star, remember that this star belongs to each one of you.
Just 1 year after receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Shakira signed on as a judge for the hit singing competition show, The Voice.
Never underestimate a 5'3" Colombian girl.
But her biggest accomplishment so far, the birth of her son, Milan, with Spanish footballer Gerard Piqué. He's almost a year old now, right?
Yeah.
How has motherhood changed you?
You know, I think I was desiring, wishing for this for so long. It's like he was always there. It's true that a baby changes a lot of things, but it hasn't been traumatic at all. The most traumatic thing I remember is when I first looked at myself in the mirror after the delivery, and I thought I would never be the same person again. I was like, oh my God, what have you done to me?
As you're sitting across from me now, the body's back. Ladies and gentlemen, the body is back. You look fantastic. How did you get back into tip-top fighting shape?
It was the breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding, did it help?
I think it helps, big time. So I didn't really exercise much after I delivered Milan because I was busy with the boys. I didn't really have maternity leave. Only until recently, since I was dreading the gym so much, I decided to, just do other things that were fun, like basketball, tennis, roller skating with 4 wheels.
Yes.
But everything goes back to normal, and I have a great partner.
Was it love at first sight with Gerard?
Well, we just got to talking, and I was like,
kissing.
wow, he has really nice lips. That's all I could think of. Yeah.
In addition to, sorry, don't mind if I do.
In addition to those blue eyes he's got that are just out of this world.
The lips, the blue eyes, and the football player
That
body.
came later when he stood up. I was like, oh my God, and he's tall. I'm like, God help me.
Is your son showing any signs of going the athletic route, or is he banging on pots and pans? You think he'll follow the musical route? Any indication yet?
Oh my God, I have bad news. He likes to dance. So far, every time he hears any kind of song, he starts dancing since he was 8 months. But he loves the ball. He can't see a ball because he goes after it. So we don't know. But I think it's pretty musical.
Why do you make that?
No, be an athlete. We'll see.
We'll see.
Whatever he wants to do, really.
What about more babies?
That too.
You want to get in maybe a second one in the near future?
The second one, maybe a third one.
Hey.
No, maybe
you guys want a big family?
I don't know. He wants 3. I wanted 2. We're negotiating. We'll see.
Do you and Gerard talk about marriage? Is that something that's important to you?
What's important to us, we already have it. I think that a wedding would be more like an event. And yeah, why not? I mean, with this man, I go anywhere. So marry him, yeah, of course. But it's not the most essential thing. The most essential thing is the family, is what we have together. That's it.
Coming up.
It's much more difficult to do an album than to make a baby.
Shakira gives us the dirt on her new single and collaborating with Rihanna.
She's like the sexiest person I've ever met.
And then the red-hot music video you've all been waiting for.
We are on set with Shakira.
When Shakira Off the Charts continues.